Well, when we talk about Dr. Reddy's, one of the key things to watch out for Dr. Reddy's has been the momentum that they have had in the US market in terms of launches, in terms of settlement, in terms of way, people have been writing and upgrading their EPS estimates led by the US business. Now, when we talk about Dr. Reddy's, analysts are very, very bullish led by US momentum. What has happened is that they have launched the drug Kuvan in the US market, or the generic version of that drug. They had completely guided the market for that. When they made the settlement, they gave some timelines and they have honored that particular timeline, or everything has gone on smoothly as far as that entire particular launch is concerned. Now, when we talk about this drug, it's a rare disease drug. There are not many players into this. As of now, of course, Dr. Reddy's is one of the first few to get into this after filing and settling it with the innovator. 490 million is the estimated annual size of this drug. Now, when we talk about this drug, it's available in two forms. One is powder and one is the oral tablets. As of now, Dr. Reddy's has launched 2 or 3 strengths of the oral tablet, which itself is about 35-40% of the market, which means about 120, 130, or maybe 150 million could be the estimated size for this market. But going ahead, Street is also anticipating that the powder launch, which is the other form of this drug, may also come in. Now, when we talk, our analysts surprised by this launch? Not at all. It was completely into the prices. It was completely into the EPS estimates, and that's one of the key reasons, that the Street was factoring in, because they had guided for this earlier and they have fulfilled their promise. Now, when we go ahead and talk about really what's happening with this drug, or what this does for Dr. Reddy's is, so firstly, it gives them a drug which has limited competition. This has been one of the key things that people have been liking Dr. Reddy's for. Last month, they did a settlement regarding the cancer drug. Again, that comes in sometime later or a couple of years down the line, but nevertheless, it's again a limited competition drug that we are talking about. Slowly and steadily, most of the drugs or their portfolio is getting inclined towards a limited competition where margins are higher, pricing or the pricing power is in the hand of the person who sells it, and that's one of the key reasons markets have been upgrading Dr. Reddy's going ahead, led by the US business. Now, when we talk particularly about this drug Kuvan, or the generic version of this drug which they have launched, about 490 million is the size. Considering both of them, considering a price erosion with 2 players coming in off late, they're getting about 25-30% market share. They could easily do about 30-35 million on an annual basis. I'm talking about dollar million when I talk about this number, but it is something which is there in the Street as well. This probably is one of the first few launches, or the launch momentum that Dr. Reddy's has been having in the US market. That is something which is getting reiterated. Not that the Street or analysts on Street have come out and upgraded their target price, but everybody has said that the US market launch, or the launch momentum in US continues for Dr. Reddy's. What happens in the US business over the next couple of years in terms of growth is something which the Street is looking forward to, and that is the base case scenario why people like this particular company. So the launch momentum continues. You have this drug, a rare drug which is coming in from Dr. Reddy's, and the Street continues to give value to these sort of drugs which Dr. Reddy has launched.